Hello class 10, here we are with another video of your social science important questions. Based on that, first we'll start with the history topic. So first chapter is social religious reforms and movements. So first question is, what are the major aims of RS Samaj? You have to write the major, only major ones. If you write, it's enough for this question. The next question is, Swami Vivekananda was a real inspiration to the youth, and how? What all the works he had done to be the real inspiration for the youth, those points you have to write here. Next, what were the reformation of activities of any peasant? You have to write the reformation of activities of any peasant. So next chapter is the first war of Indian independence. Explain how the administrative system and the economic policy of the British become the cause for the first war of Indian independence. You have to write the policy for this and one cause for the first war of Indian independence here. The next question is, various economic changes were responsible for the revolt of 1857. You have to justify this statement here. The next question is, explain the political cause for the revolt of 1857. You have to explain the whole political cause here. Next question is, what were the reasons for the failure for the first war of Indian independence? So you have to write the reasons here. Only 3 to 4 reasons are enough. The next question is, the first war of Indian independence brought a prominent changes. Whole explanation I have to write about it. The next chapter is the freedom struggle. The first question here is, explain the role of radicals in the Indian independence. You have to explain whole role of radicals here. The next question is, what were the role of Subhash Chandra Bose in freedom struggle? This question is very important. You have to write the role of Subhash Chandra Bose in a whole freedom struggle here. Then give an account of a contribution of Dr. Ambedkar. You have to write a whole the brief description of a contribution of Dr. Ambedkar here. Next chapter is India after independence. Which were the problems faced by India after the independence? You have to write the problems faced by India here. Then, how did the country deal with the refugees problem? You have to write how did the India country deal with the refugees problem here. Formation of Andhra Pradesh based on the languages. These questions are the important questions of this chapter. The next chapter is World War and India's role. Nazi ideology destroyed Germany justified. The Second World War was the most devastating. How? What were the main problems faced after the Second World War? This question is very important. Then these are the questions which are repeated and important for this chapter. The next chapter is Advent of Europeans to India. What were the result of Battle of Buxar? Which were the factors that help Europeans to discover new sea route to India? Name the spices of India that had greater demand in Europe. Scientific development to a sea voyages justify this statement. Explain the system of dual government. State the causes and results of a Battle of Plassey. Here, 5th and 6th question are very important. Others all are majorly important. So these are the questions of this chapter. The extension of British rule. What were the conditions of subsidiary alliance? How did the subsidiary alliance control Indian provinces? What were the terms to be followed by the state accepting subsidiary alliance? The third question is long answer. A whole explanation you have to write. It is very important. Then these two questions are majorly important. These are the important questions of this chapter. Next chapter is the impact of British rule in India. Explain how land revenue of the British affected the India farmers. What were the impacts of British education in India? These two questions from this chapters. Next chapter is opposition of British rule in Karnataka. So first question is, what were the terms of a treaty of Srirangapatna? How did Dundinda Wagh fight against the British? Explain the rebellion of Bedas of Halagali. How did Sangoli Rayana fought against the British? These questions, 4 questions are important from this chapter and which is repeated also. These questions are majorly important and mostly repeated every year for your exams. If this video was helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe.